Hello! And today I'm going to be making my anime list because I don't have one, and I think that it would be a lot easier for everybody to check up on that sort of thing if I did. I'm not sure if I'm going to be making an equivalent for other movies and shows like on IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes or whatever sort of thing. I'm just doing it for my anime list because I don't know. I like anime, and I haven't talked about a lot of the ones that I've already watched. So I figured we do kind of like a longer sort of video, a bit more chill. I'm just gonna go through, add my anime, talk about them a little bit, and you can get to know all of the anime that I've seen up until this point, so I don't have to go over it again someday, hopefully. Unless I really want to. So I just logged on and made my account. I don't actually know how to operate this thing, but I'm sure we'll figure it out together. And it's got manga. It's got manga. Oh my god. Just perfect. I'm gonna start reading manga now, maybe. Don't hold me to that. Maybe not this year. The light behind me is blue because I don't know what color to make anime time. Watching. How do I add things? I'll go back. That didn't seem right. This is my profile. Do I just search anime? Let's go with something easy, like Attack on Titan. Oh no. Do they have, like, is each season different? Can I just do the whole thing? Attack on Titan. Assist me. Fuck, I don't know. I don't know. Fuck. Everything's in Japanese. I don't know. Show advanced. Ooh, okay. Okay, I guess it's by season. I guess I'm just gonna completed 10 masterpiece. Unknown. Priority. What is priority? What is your priority level to watch this anime? Well, I've already watched it. Hide those advanced settings. Submit. Add another entry. I think I'm just gonna stick to doing it this way, honestly. This is season 2. Why is season 2 all the way down there? 10 out of 10. Okay, so Attack on Titan. Super simple. It's ongoing. I'm currently watching it. It's in its final season. It's a hype train. It's amazing. It seems like a very simple premise, the fact that humans are fighting titans, but when you get farther in, every episode gives you like a new physic or a new little piece of information that you didn't know to uncover the world, and it gets very complicated. There's actually very specific odd physics if you want to lay them out, and that all accumulated in like this world, this history, and they definitely thought so hard about it. And it's just amazing. If you like fucking people dying and mystery and action, it's got everything. It's got everything. 10 out of 10. Failed to add the series. Please add the series. Why? Now, let's see if those actually all got on there. It did, haha. Perfect. Alright, let's open up my actual list that I've been keeping for my anime, and then we'll get to just putting them on. Okay, let's see if they have anime movies, which I assume they do. At least they know what I mean when I put in English, thank God. It was very good. It's very good. Not perfect. I didn't entirely relate with a silent voice, just in that a lot of the characters were very reasonable and repressed rather than in any way emotional, from what I remember. And I understand that the culture it was written in and the topic of suicide is quite different. Same with bullying and all of that. It was a very sweet story. I just honestly don't feel like the whole redemption arc was quite as thorough as I would have wanted it to be. So I watched All Noah Zero seasons 1 and 2 at the same time, like one after the other. Like I basically just watched the whole thing, and I thought it was good. I mean, like, there was nothing wrong with it, certainly. Originally I gave it a 7.5. I think I'm going to give it... I think I'm gonna give it a 7 because it was good. Completed. So I'll add that. Now, I think other people hated the second season, or at least they didn't like it as much as the first, and I don't know why. I don't remember. I'm gonna keep it at a 7. Aldnoah Zero has... I watched it because I thought it was going to be a little more Code Geass than some other anime out there with Gundam. Like, it was definitely going to be more focused on things other than the Gundam. They're just a factor in the universe. And I got what I wanted for the most part. It wasn't astounding. The characters were predictable, but, like, still interesting enough to watch. It was just, generally, it was okay. So, Anohana. I watched Anohana at a very emotional time in my life, and I feel like it's one of those animes where if you watch it at like the very right time, it'll just like ruin you, and it kind of ruined me. I give it a 9. It was great. The only thing that held it back was that I'm not a huge slice of life person, and I don't agree with some of the character traits or the convoluted ways people decide to view other people or, like, interact with other people. Like, this fucker right here. I don't want to spoil anything, but, like, he got some issues, and sometimes they don't address them properly. In anime, it's just like, oh, you're like that? Cool. We'll leave it alone now, not send you to a fucking mental clinic. Which you should. In some cases. In this case, he'd probably benefit from it, yeah. So, I watched another, I'm pretty sure it was in university. I'm not sure. I was definitely a little bit older than I should have been. If I had watched it in high school, I would have been mind blown. It was definitely one of those ones where it was just like, I would have ate this shit up. And I did like the gore, I liked the deaths. It was fun. I didn't find it suspenseful though, so that's why I took points off. For a horror anime, it wasn't very suspenseful because I just assumed that all of the characters were gonna die. There was no like active way out. It was just an inevitability, so it felt a lot less, there was a lot less tension. And the two main characters were just extremely bland. I don't know, like, she was the mysterious girl that he's not supposed to like, but he likes anyway, and he's the completely boring guy that doesn't really have anything to do with this, but everything to do with this. And the end of it was what dropped the score even lower because it was just a straight up miscommunication. Like, the whole thing could have been solved with, like, literally one sentence, but people refuse to talk about things, and I think that's just the dumbest shit in the world. So I only gave it a 6.5. It's too bad you can't do half stars, but what are you gonna do? I wonder if they're gonna have Avatar on here, because it's not an anime. It is not on here. That's kind of hilarious. Okay. I don't care. I don't think it's an anime. Black Lagoon. So, I really enjoyed Black Lagoon. I watched it when I was younger, so I definitely felt like the edgy content and the swearing and all of that hit me a lot, like, better than it would now. Like, I probably won't find it as fascinating or enthralling. I liked the slightly more realistic take on the overpowered protagonist, I guess. Like, I like that they address... There's still a philosophical thought in their head about death, the concept of death, the weight of it in some cases in their character development. I liked the platonic relationships rather than the sexual ones. And there was just one story in it that made me cry or, like, very sad, but in a good way, because as it is more adult, you get conflicts that don't have a good solution at the end, and you just have to take the lesser of two evils. So that's why I'm going to keep it at a solid 8. And I guess I'll just add the second season as an 8 too. I don't like that they have the season separate, but I guess that makes sense for some things. Like, I definitely didn't like One Punch Man Season 2 as much as One Punch Man Season 1, so there's that. Okay, Bleach. Oh, thank God, Bleach doesn't have one for every season, because some seasons I would drop, but also I don't fucking remember. So, Bleach is one of the first, like, ongoing series that I ever watched, and I am super nostalgic for it. I want to rewatch it again soon. The first couple seasons are just so fucking banging, and then some of them are just, like, throwaways, not important, it goes on way too long. The filler, man. So, I think I'm gonna give it a 7, but in my heart, I hold it higher. You know? So, Blue Exorcist, the first season, was completely, like, fine. It was cute. I put it as fine before, like, it was a 6 before I watched the second season. So I'm gonna keep that at that. I'm going to assume they have a second season for this, because yeah, if that's the end of it, then there has to be another one. Yep, this is the one that I just watched. They just got on Netflix, so I'm really behind. I didn't know that it came out in 2017. I liked it a little bit better. It was good rather than just 6. The thing about Blue Exorcist is that it toes a line between being more adult while maintaining its childishness, which doesn't really sit well with me. Like, it's fine enough to watch, but it can get a little annoying where the characters are constantly, like, swearing and acting adult, and, like, people get stabbed, there's blood, not, like, particularly gore, but there's violence. A couple kids get drunk in it by accident. But at the same time, there's still that sort of lack of feeling like something bad's really actually going to happen. There's a guy that literally gets stabbed through the damn throat, and you're like, oh shit, they just went there and did that. But then he's fine and he lives, so it's like, okay. Every time it toes the line of being more adult, it falls back again into, like, expected tropes and, like, easy ways out. So it's enjoyable. I think the world's really cute, and I'd like to see more of the world, but it's just not, like, great in of itself, how it presents itself. So I watched Chobits, like, a million years ago, and I remember it being super fucking cute, and I was super fucking high the whole time. I gave it a 7. Which is odd for me. I'm not a huge slice of life person. But, I guess she's an AI, so I must have just fucking loved it. You know what? I'll keep it at a 7, because, like, I don't know. I loved it at the time. Maybe I'll go back. So I watched Chrono Crusade a long time ago, too. I'm pretty sure it didn't age as well as I feel like I liked it. Yeah, how am I trying to say this? I don't feel like it aged that well, probably. There's so many other things out there now, and I'm sure it's been one-upped a million times over. That said, when I did watch it, I gave it a solid 7, so we're going to stick with that because it was good. I don't have any unfond memories, and I remember liking the ending a lot. It wasn't exactly what I expected. It was a little bit darker, and I appreciated that. Claymore. I just rewatched Claymore with my boyfriend. We both agree it's a fucking amazing anime. If you want to watch an anime that subverts all of the tropes that you hate, watch Claymore. You get badass chicks fighting and not being emotional, like, literally at all. There's a little boy who's the little bitch, and he sucks. He isn't also one of those side characters that magically, like Sakura, is just around to drive conflict but actually doesn't do anything. Well, he is, but they make it seem like Sakura does something. Rocky's just a piece of shit, and he doesn't do anything in the end. There's camaraderie, there's violence, there's fucking monsters. It's amazing. It's great. There's lots of gore. Watch Claymore. I can't decide on this list if I want to make it a 9 or 10. I think I'm going to make it a 10 because there aren't many things that I'm going to have as a 10 besides Attack on Titan so far. And it deserves a 9.5. The only thing that loses it marks from being absolutely perfect is the fact that the last several episodes had so much heavy-handed flashbacks. I know it was serialized and it was put on TV, so they want to hit you with, like, the shit that you need to know and need to feel at the time every single time. But if you're watching it in sequence, it's so goddamn, like, can you just fucking move on? We know. We just went over this. But that's the only time it does it. It doesn't do it throughout the anime. It's just the conclusion. So, just fuck. That sucks that happened. Otherwise, it would be absolutely perfect. So, Code Geass, you know what it is. And since they're doing one season and then the other, I'm going to make the first season a perfect. It's absolutely 10 out of 10. There we go. Added. The second season, if you've seen my review of it, you'll know that I didn't agree with some of the end tying up that happened. Some of the undeath deaths, as anime do. As an anime that set itself up as a more not dramatic, but like more adult, one that's willing to be dark, willing to go there. It really backpedaled a lot at the end, so it only gets a 9 in the second season, even though the ending itself was great. So, Deadman Wonderland, I watched this, pretty sure in high school. I thought it was really cute in the, gory kind of way. Oh my god, I just remembered what the main character's voice sounds like. Holy shit. He was so annoying. Whew. Okay. So it was enjoyable to watch. Some of the characters were really fun to learn about. The mechanics were cool. The main character being just like thrown into this and overpowered. Little bit not super into that. It's not like he's absolutely perfect though, so that was nice. The mystery behind the side character was alright. The problem is that when it ended, or where it ended, with shows like this, it's more like they made the anime as a bit of a prequel. Not that it's before the manga content, but they make it to introduce you to the manga content to make you want to keep reading, because they're going to leave you at a sort of cliffhanger, like something that you don't know, so you'll want to go find out somewhere else. And if you're going to do that, which they did with Claymore and Made in Abyss, those were perfect, like, ends. If you wanted to go find out more, you could, but otherwise everything was, like, pretty loosely tied up. Pretty nicely tied up, for the most part. And the end of Deadman Wonderland was just kind of a, like, really, you didn't really explain that at all, and I don't think that since it's revealed, I really care enough to go find out the specifics of why or how this happens. Like, all the mentality behind it is like, I'm okay, actually. I'll just take what I got. So it was good. It was enjoyable. I'm going to put it at a 7. Next. Ooh, Death Note. Next is Death Note. You know what it's gonna get. We don't even need to talk about it. Go watch it if you haven't watched it, you dumbass. 10 out of 10. Noise. Next is The Devil's a Part-Timer. It was cute. I don't know. It was one of those ones that I just kind of watched to watch. Oh, wait. That's the manga. Fuck. Nope. TV. That one. Fuck. I almost ruined everything. Okay. Add this to my list. I have completed. I thought it was cute. I don't know. It was good. It wasn't, like, amazing. So, we're gonna go with fine. Because, like, it was very, very basic. Although very cute. For a protagonist that's, again, overpowered and just does whatever the fuck he wants. Ooh, okay. So, I've seen both Devilman Crybabies. I meant just Devilman, not Crybaby, because that's just the newest adaptation. I'm gonna give it a 7, because it was good. It was interesting. It was fucked up. The animation was super cool. The character development was a little iffy in some places, but overall, like, it is what it is. But I also watched regular Devilman because I was very curious. I was like, what could have possibly changed? Like, what would be the difference? And I don't think that's the right one. Which one's the one that I watched? Okay. Original anime series. I guess this is the one that I watched. It had 39 episodes. That is not the one that I watched. Frick. What happens if I put a space there? That ruins everything. Okay. Fuck, I watched both of them. Oh, I'm out of volume. Or not? Oh. I guess this is the one I watched. Okay, well, I watched both of the Devilman. I watched this one after Crybaby because I wanted to know how much was changed and adapted. I guess the episodes were shorter because I don't remember it being 39 episodes long. It was average. Because the dubbing was, like, terrible, but in an amusing way. I don't want to give them pity points for it, you know? But it was amusing. It was fun. Let's see if they have Dragon Ball on here. They do. The original Dragon Ball. I grew up with Dragon Ball. I want to give them all different ratings based on how much I liked them, but at the same time, they're all pretty much the same to me. They all just meld together. GT was, like, way more my jam than it should have been. I know it's not good, okay? I'm gonna put it at fine, honestly, because as it is, I didn't actually like the story. I liked the hype. Dragon Ball Z sucked more, but it was average. Completed. And then I need Dragon Ball GT. Bruh. Fucking hell, man. It's fine. That's just how we're gonna put it. Okay, next, after the Dragon Balls. Oh my god, Durarara. Bro. Me and my boyfriend have a hot dispute against Durarara because he loved it and I thought it was fucking garbage. Now, the animation is cute. I will give it that. But the first one was very bad. I'll give the second season a worse. Completed. It was horrible. The characters were just so their motivations, their logic was just so fucking stupid. I don't know what else to say. It was a bunch of teenage drama bullshit, and you know what I'm not here for? Eden of the East was a very cute movie. So it gets... Oh wait, it was a show? I thought it was a movie. Hold up. Fuck, I don't know which one I watched. I'm pretty sure this one, because I'm pretty sure I just watched a movie, but these are both movies. It was this one. Okay, this one was cute. It gets a 6 because it was fine, but not, like, amazing or anything. I think we're gonna cut this in half. I should stop. Wait, how many are there? We've got about 93 listed, so I'm gonna stop at about 50. 50, we'll go with 46. We'll stop at 46. So, next is Elfen Lied. I don't know why people say Elfen Lied. Maybe it's not supposed to. I feel like she lied. She fucking lied. So, I really enjoyed it. I liked the characters in it. I thought that they had every right to be as bitter as they were, and obviously I started watching it because there was a lot of gore of it on YouTube, and that shit looked badass. I mean, I was obviously super mad about the whole, what do you call it when you forget your memory? What do you call it when you forget your memory? I'm getting stuck on insomnia. That's not right. That's not sleeping. Whatever. So that part was kind of lame, but it's an old anime. It's got to fall back on, like, its morals. So I'm going to say it was good. If there's anything I love, it's Bitter Little Girls. So, We're getting into the Fate. Just finished Fate Apocrypha. Like one of the better Fates compared to, you know, the Stay Nights. I'm gonna give it very good. I'm gonna give it great. You know what? Fuck it. It deserves a great. We're rounding up. It was at 8.5, now it's at 9. The only thing I didn't absolutely love about it was Missy and her, like, inability to be rational, which some people just are, I understand. And that it turned into a love story. Which, on my second watch, I understood. Like, I was like, okay, I'm a little, like, I see why this happened. I see why they would set it up into this. But at the same time, it was just completely unnecessary. So that's where that one mark got thrown off. We're going to give Unlimited Blade Works a solid 7. What did I give it before? Ooh, I gave it a 5. I gave it a 5. Maybe I should meet myself in the middle. I'll give it a 6. I'll have to fucking go back and fix that now. God damn it. Why aren't you consistent? 6. It was fine. It was fine. Now, Fate Stay Night was absolute fucking garbage. It was garbage and I hated it. It was painful to watch. It was absolutely, like, the worst. It was the epitome of, like, bad early anime. Some of it was super goddamn, like, hype. It was like, oh my god, this is a great concept. And I fell in love with the concept, but, like, Shiro and the actual characters were so immature and stupid. It was like, why? Why is this a love story and not a battle to the death? So it gets a 2. It gets a 2. There's some merit, but it was really fucking bad. Now, if you know me, you know I fucking love Fate Zero. It's my absolute favorite anime ever. I love it. I love it to death. It gets fucking 10. No question, 10, 10, 10. Including the second season, too. Because why wouldn't it? Masterpiece. Okay, everybody loves FLCL. And I know I have to watch it again. I watched it... The heck? I watched it when I was too young for the characters, I think. Some of the concepts, I'm not 100% sure. It just wasn't what I was looking for. I didn't entirely get it. I thought it was weird, and I didn't understand the weirdness. That's one of the things that I was very against when I was younger, was not understanding why things happened in fantasy. If they didn't give me an explanation, I thought it was just trash. It was like, if you didn't bother coming up with like an explanation for me, even if it's a silly sounding one, then I'm just gonna call you baloney. So I'm gonna stick it at a 5 because I know I have to go back. I'm sure there's a lot more merit to it than I saw originally. Full Metal Alchemist, the original, was like one of the first animes I ever watched. It was super awesome. I'm gonna give it, what did I give it? Was it an 8 or a 9? I gave it an 8.5. So we're gonna round that shit up to... We're gonna give it a 9. And the Brotherhood, obviously gets a 10. Because it's a goddamn masterpiece, too. Let's see, what else do we got? We got, no, haven't seen that. Gurren Lagann, dude. I'm not sure, because, like, I had it set at an 8.5. I think what held it back was that I watched it when I was slightly younger, and I didn't appreciate some of the animation that I would appreciate now. Yoko just kind of triggered me. Because I was jealous, not because she didn't look good. I loved that they just went a completely different direction than most shonen-esque sort of coming-of-age things in a lot of ways. The ending was just kind of... I didn't expect it to not end well in the end, even though things like really hit the fan earlier. So it gets a 9. It gets a 9 because it was amazing, but not perfect. I watched... Is that her? That's her. Hellgirl, right? Yes. completed. I gave it a 5. Like, it wasn't interesting at all. Like, it didn't enthrall me. I wasn't like, oh my god, I need to watch the next episode. How long ago was this? When did this come out? Yeah, that seems about right. Some of the concepts were interesting and some of the situations I liked, but like the story overall wasn't very well told. Honestly, I'm going to stop there. We'll come back to my anime list in the next video, or I'll just film myself again and add it onto this one. So until then, I've got to go, but I'll be back and I will finish reading all of my anime. If, you kind of agree with what I've done so far, or you really don't, please let me know in the comments below. And if you want to add me, I don't know if you can add friends on this, go right ahead. I'm Slady with a Y because